Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2017 mid-month readings, and thank you so much for joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. Thank you, as always, for continuing to watch, listen, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and for all your support, feedback, and comments. They're brilliant, so are you guys. Keep them coming. Thank you so very much. And to those of you who continue to reach out for personal one-on-one readings and keep me so busy with those, my gratitude to you as well. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you, and I'm grateful for your trust in doing so. And to my regular clients, a special thank you for allowing me to be a part of the unfolding chapters of your life and for the consistent feedback you guys are so great at in sharing with me how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on that about or description button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you a little more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a variety of readings: love and romance, compatibility chartings, career, work, and finance, year overviews, gift readings, channeled messages, and so on. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. Current turnaround time for personal readings is anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but since I do readings full-time 6 days a week, I'm usually able to get back with you pretty quickly and almost always set up a reading within a 2-week period of time, live or recorded. So moving right along, these are general readings, of course, and there's many of you watching, thousands of you watching, so of course they're not going to resonate the same, mean the same for the same degree and intensity for everyone watching. How could they? So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well. They may play out for you a little more predictably, and by watching all three, you get additional insight and clarity into what's going on in your life. For the mid-month readings, I have been pulling the same amount of cards as I do for the beginning of the month, but I'm going to cut that down a bit because we're only looking at the last 2 weeks of the month. So I'm going to continue pulling 2 cards for each week, but for the mid-month, of course, it's only the last 2 weeks. So 4 cards for that, with an additional 5th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice, in the interest of making the mid-month readings a little shorter and more streamlined and efficient for us. So enough of that. Let's move right along into this reading. This reading is for Libra, the air sign of Libra, for May 2017 mid-month. Let us see what the remainder of May, the last couple of weeks of May 2017, have in store for our Librans, the air sign of Libra, May 2017 mid-month. Okay, Libra, we begin with the 7 of Swords, followed by the 7 of Pentacles, and death, or a transformation as I like to call it, accompanied by the 8 of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and advice is the Hermit. Okay, Libra. It looks like for a lot of you, the last couple of weeks of May are going to be spent, or you're being advised to spend it in some contemplative, reflective energy on whether or not something you're involved in is worth continuing to invest in. And invest in, whether it's monetary, your time, your energy, resources, your heart. This could be a relationship of some kind, or a job or workplace situation, something that it looks like you've been putting a lot of work into, but it's time to perhaps take a look at whether or not it's worth continuing, because all may not be as it seems. And that may be something that has come to light recently. So Libra, we find ourselves in the middle of May 2017 with the energy of the 7 of Swords, followed by the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Swords, air energy, is the element which governs the suit of swords, mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. It's all about what goes on up in our heads, our ideas, words, how we communicate them, our belief systems, perspectives, outlook. The suit of swords is also about higher education and learning, truth, illumination, clarity, sometimes health as well. The 7 of Swords is sometimes referred to as the thief card. It can fundamentally represent deception of some kind, not always necessarily in a bad way. Sometimes it can represent needing to be a little clever or off the grid or unorthodox in how you go about doing something. Sometimes we all need to operate in a little bit of secrecy when we're when we're doing something or building something or considering something new. It can represent actual theft, monetary theft like finances, money, property. It can represent someone or a situation being presented to be one thing when in fact the reality is something else. Sneakiness, things being hidden, things not always as they seem. And I feel like, well, let's go with the card that it's accompanied by, that it's clarified by, the Seven of Pentacles. Earth energy here is the energy, the element which governs the suit of pentacles. And this energy manifests itself in an earthly way. And it often represents things in our earthly, tangible, concrete, day-to-day world we live in. Things like money, finances, property, resources, assets, real estate, job, etc. Things we can see and touch and feel, or tangible results of the energy we put into something. This is a card of reflection and assessment. It's harvest time. So it's like this is what you've gotten from what your efforts have put into it. And it's about taking a step back and looking at what your efforts have gleaned. Have you gotten back what you thought you were going to get back? Have you gotten back as much as you've invested into whatever this is? It could be a job, a workplace situation, a project, a relationship, something that I feel you've been working hard on. Is it worth continuing? Should you take what you have and run? Should you take what you have and plant the same harvest the next year? Should you consider doing it? I feel like, especially paired with the Seven of Swords, Libra, and of course, the specifics are going to split off because there's a lot of you watching with different things going on in your lives. For some of you, this could be a relationship that you've been involved in, romantic or friendship or business. It could be a job or a workplace situation, a project or an investment you've been involved in. I feel like something has come to light recently. Either come to light, perhaps not fully, but there's a sense of something not being quite right or something not being quite what you originally thought it was. This could be maybe finding out that something is being done the wrong way or that it's something illegal. It could be that you feel like, it could be that you're finding out or suspecting that you're being taken advantage of or even stolen from, exploited in some way, or somebody else or another situation. However the specifics play out, there's a question around the middle of May, which is right now. Okay, something's not quite right here, and what do I do about it? Should I say something? Should I continue doing what I'm doing because I am benefiting at least this much from it? What should I do about it? Your overall energy being the Hermit too, which is a card of withdrawing to seek out answers, clarity, reflection, insight, which I feel is what you're being advised to do over the next couple of weeks. I don't feel like this is a time to make a fast or hasty decision. I feel like it's time to consider, maybe do some more digging and research and seeing what you can come up with. Now, at or towards the end of May, around the last week or so, time being fluid, of course, we have the combination of Death followed by the Eight of Pentacles. So death, transformation, this represents an ending, but this is a major arcana card. So it's, energies of God, spirit, your angels, guides. This is significant, profound energy. So this isn't just a quick or simple ending. This is a big chapter of something closing, bringing something to a close, but it's a close that has a real air of finality about it. It's like not going back. Death or transformation represents the clearing away of ground or a complete transformation of a situation in order for something new to be planted, in order for rebirth to occur. Now it's paired with the Eight of Pentacles, the worker bee card as I like to refer to it. This can represent working very hard, which I think that you've done. You've invested a lot into whatever this is. This could represent time, money, effort, your heart. For those of you not involved in a relationship or in a workplace or job situation, it could be a project of some kind, your family even, something that you've been putting a lot of work into. Investing a lot of yourself into because you had a goal, a dream, a vision, and you've been working hard and being successful. We're at the 8 already because of determination, perseverance, attention to detail, even sheer repetition. So it feels like, Libra, around the middle of the month and over the next couple of weeks, you're getting this feeling that something isn't quite right. For some of you, it may have been more clarified than that. Perhaps what you're investing in and what you're hoping to get out has turned out to be different. Perhaps you suspect that you're being exploited or taken advantage of, or somebody else is, or there's a situation going on that you're involved in that isn't quite right, or things are being done in an orthodox or even illegal manner, and you're just finding out about that. For some of you, you are willfully and voluntarily been participating in something that isn't quite right. And even though it looks like you've gotten some good returns from it, you're considering whether or not it's time to leave this behind and completely change, completely turn your back on it and transform everything and move on into something different. Now, your overall energy, your crowning energy, is the Hermit card, another major arcana card. And I feel like this is significant, profound advice for you. What do hermits do? Hermits, monks, monastics, they withdraw from conventional society or the distractions of conventional society in order to go within, to seek out, to meditate, to contemplate, to seek out, wisdom, clarification, insight, which again is similar to the Seven of Pentacles, only a much stronger form of that energy. And they use not only the messages that they receive, but they also use the accumulation of their own life experience and wisdom, instinct, and intuition to help them, to help bring them to a decision, a choice, or to clarification, to knowledge of something, which is what this light represents. He's using this light to guide himself across this narrow, dangerous precipice. And that light is symbolic for wisdom, truth, knowledge, insight, clarity, which he is kind of taking a step back, withdrawing from in order to seek out so he can find an answer, find his way through, which is what I feel you're being advised to do in this situation, regardless of what this situation is, because what it is going to vary for all of you watching. For some of you, it could be a relationship, and the nature of that relationship is going to vary. For some of you, it's a project, an investment, a workplace thing, a job, it's going to vary, but the fundamental energy remains the same. Take the next couple of weeks to take a step back and look over everything. Seek some wisdom, seek out wisdom, insight, clarity. Ask your spirit and guides for clarity and illumination too, and perhaps somebody that you trust, a mentor, advisor, priest, pastor, counselor, something like that as well. And draw on your own instincts and gut intuition and your life experience so far to help you navigate through this, Libra. So Libra, that pretty much wraps up your May 2017 general reading. I hope that mid-month general reading. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that it's given you some food for thought on how to navigate through the next couple of weeks of May. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one private reading with me, you can click on that About or Description button for some more information, and my email address, which is Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also find me through that same email address on PayPal for those of you who feel so inclined to donate $1 or $2 in support of this channel. Any amount is gratefully and graciously appreciated. I am saving up for a new computer and audio system to make this channel more streamlined and better. And thank you very much for those of you who have and do continue to donate. It's a very humbling and blessed thing to receive. Thank you so much. I will see the rest of you in a couple of weeks for the June 2017 general readings. And until then, as always, Libra, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.